Forget Marley and Me, A Dog's Purpose, or any other Hollywood movie that has you crying over a canine that you've never even met. The emotional animal tale we're obsessed with is the story of Henry and Baloo, when a young couple with a love of hiking decided they wanted some company for their adventures. They added a dog and a cat to their pack. And the story that follows is in equal parts heartbreaking and uplifting. Before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. The couple in question are Andre Sobilski and Cynthia Bennett, and this particular part of their story began when they relocated to Colorado in the early 2010s. The pair eventually gave themselves an important mission to help preserve the wilderness of the West for generations to come. But at first, their move was a pretty spontaneous one. Cynthia used to have a full-time position in event marketing, but the social media interest in the couple's extracurricular activities inspired her to cut back on her day job. She now focuses much of her time on pursuing her dream to become a photographer. After deciding to adopt a rescue dog, Cynthia and Andre met Henry. Exactly what they were looking for. This was the mountain dog we had been dreaming of. 2.5 adventure-filled years later, and Henry's love for the outdoors only grew stronger. Cynthia eventually set up an Instagram account for Henry, which over the space of 3 years accrued an impressive following of 30,000. There was only one problem that she and Andre noticed about their beloved pooch during this time. Poor Henry suffered from major separation anxiety. Cynthia explained, he would be so stressed out that he didn't eat or drink. To combat this problem, Cynthia and Andre agreed to add another animal into the mix. Instead of another canine, though, the couple opted for a creature renowned as a dog's worst enemy, a cat. The couple eventually settled on Baloo, a cat who had been abandoned by his mother and left at a sanctuary. Luckily, the Moggy and Henry the dog became best buddies almost immediately. You might be wondering what kind of magic spell Andre and Cynthia have put on Henry and Baloo. But in an interview with the University of Florida, where Andre used to be a student, he revealed that it's pure chemistry. He said, as much as we'd love to take credit, a lot of it is that they really just complement each other. Considering how impossibly cute they both were, it's little surprise that Baloo and Henry soon ended up becoming online stars, something which astonished their owners' families. A foundation was set up in Baloo and Henry's names by their adopted parents. The nonprofit is centered on the reforestation of land affected by wildfires. Cynthia says, 5% of all our sales go to the foundation to help preserve the land for wildlife. We hike the land all the time, and it's a way for us to give back to future generations. Andre and Cynthia both have distinctive roles within their organization too. The former usually takes care of all the paperwork and research efforts, while the latter is responsible for taking the photos that make the entire world go awe. In 2022, Cynthia took to Instagram to share the devastating news that Henry had been diagnosed with cancer. Referring to one night when he had to be immediately taken to the vets, the hiker wrote, "When we got up, he could barely walk, lost so much muscle over just a few days. His balance was off." Cynthia also disclosed that Henry had lost his appetite and was struggling with his breathing. Henry making it through the night and through radiation was a miracle, but the cancer is winning. It's completely through his entire system, and our vet said he's not strong enough to keep getting treatment. An understandably tearful Cynthia then revealed that she, Andre, and Baloo would be taking Henry hiking up the Colorado mountains for the very last time. She added, "It's a beautiful day, and even though he's super weak, we know he wants to go see what he loves most. Please send him lots of hugs and love. He's given so much and deserves every bit of it." Following Henry's death, Cynthia took to Instagram to share a video of the dog's greatest adventures. In the caption, she admitted that she'd found the process of putting together the footage difficult. She added, "Thank you, Henry. Life with you was truly priceless." Shortly after Henry's death, Cynthia informed her followers that Baloo was struggling to cope with the loss of his best friend. Cynthia went on to reveal that she and Andre had taken Baloo on several little adventures since Henry's death, but without his pal, he was no longer interested. In a reverse of their previous situation, Andre and Cynthia decided to find their cat a new dog to play with. The couple had already been thinking about getting another pooch through the adoption process before Henry fell ill, and so they headed to a nearby shelter with Baloo in tow to see if he would connect with any of the newly born puppies there. Within 4 days, Cynthia revealed that Baloo had chosen a new canine friend, a pooch named Pan. So what exactly happened when Baloo and Pan were first introduced to each other? Well, it was something of a slow start. Instead of jumping on him like a puppy normally would, he just sat and looked at Baloo. Thankfully, the new adoption eventually appeared to do the trick. Cynthia explained that Baloo had since rediscovered his appetite, interest in playing, and general zest for life, a development that sent her into floods of relieved tears. Just like his adventures with Henry, Baloo's friendship with new Pooch Pan gave pretty much the entire internet all the feels. After quickly forging a bond, the pair were filmed having a nap together by their owners. And Cynthia and Andre have continued to keep Henry's memory alive through the foundation named in his and Baloo's honor. And the couple also have a pretty remarkable goal in sight: to preserve 1,000 American West acres. Cynthia told Denver 7 ABC, "We privately preserve the land, which takes politics out of the equation. Something we can all agree on and get behind." Andre went on to explain further, "It also takes the burden off the state and national parks. These are lands that are buffering or connecting previously existing protected areas. The point of the foundation is to target quality, not quantity, in terms of this land. Not just the accumulation of vacant acres, but trying to preserve wildlife, habitat, and water." Cynthia and Andre are already seeing the fruits of their labor. The pair revealed that they were hoping to preserve their very first land acre within the next year. Andre added the nonprofit was also the perfect way to preserve Henry's legacy. He said, "With this foundation, there never has to be a last time or an end. He can live on forever,